How can I explain myself to you? Questions keep lurking through my mind. Is it the love of all the time? I've given my heart, my joy, my soul to you.
Hello everybody, welcome back for another cooking, a little bit of wildness, a little bit of me. So thank you for tuning in to last week's video, my tasty lamb, and honestly it was tasty. Today is a little bit different. Still me. I'm going to try and do a bit more of the dishes that I can do, so my vegetarian dishes and my vegan dishes. But I do like meat. I don't eat all the time, but I do like it. And with this dish, it's the salt and peppered ribs. I love this like with a passion. Now this is a kind of replication of my local Chinese shop, and this is how they do it. But obviously if you go to other restaurants, they may present it in a different way, as in the ingredients that they use. I love garlic, and that's the whole reason why I love salt and peppered ribs, because of the garlic element of it, just how my shop prepares it. So I was quite excited to make this dish. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's a very quick dish, but it is something. Once you cook down the ribs, once it's nearly cooked, it is quite a quick dish. But it was just more because I wanted to have that same tasting effect. Is that even a word? Tasting effect? Because I wanted to taste exactly the same or similar to my shop's ribs, I really emphasized on the seasoning. So I seasoned when the rib was bare and let it marinate for a day, and then I decided to cook. So what I do is I boiled it down, and as you can see in the video, you get like this fatty substance. Like you literally have to scoop that out and put that on the side, because you don't want your cooked ribs so like sitting in the fat. So you literally just got to sieve it out and get rid of it. So that is what you will see in the video. After it was nearly cooked, what I did, I added a bit more seasoning. So it was still the same seasoning that you'll see in my description, but I had more of the salt and pepper seasoning. So it's like a salt seasoning, so you can get it from, again, your local Asian supermarket or market, and you literally sprinkle it. So it's just exactly the same as salt. Is it the same as salt? It has the element of salt, but it also has that taste that you would get on your salt and peppered ribs. So I literally use quite a lot of that, and it also depends on, you know, your taste buds. If you're someone that doesn't really like salt, then you probably wouldn't use as much. I don't necessarily like salt. I do like sea salt, and I guess I do cook with it, but with sea salt it's not got that heaviness as table salt, so I don't really like too much salt. I don't mind if if I prepare a meal, I would rather you add salt than it be too salty. So you kind of have to if you're new to cooking, I guess, I don't know really what advice I can say. I just say it's probably best that you don't over season and under season with the salt and pepper seasoning. It's just because if you don't like the taste of salt, I don't want you to spoil your dish, and especially when you've bought all that ribs to just go and spoil it. I remember one time, what did I do? I made something and I added too much seasoning, and it was like the all-purpose seasoning amongst other seasoning. All-purpose seasoning is a very salty seasoning, so you have, like for me, I'm very light-handed with this all-purpose seasoning, and then sometimes I tend not to really use it because I'll just add the sea salt onto it, then add all-purpose seasoning. But again, everybody has their own way of how you season your food, and you might not use all-purpose seasoning, you might choose to something else. So I would say, going back to when it's nearly done, I obviously season it as I said, and then I waited for the oil in the pan to heat up. I'm talking, you need it hot. I have an electric cooker, we don't have gas, so I feel like it, I don't know, there's something about a gas cooker and cooking, like frying something, you know, when you really have like full heat, flames, there's something about that you just don't get from an electric cooker. And so I had to wait for, obviously, for the electric cooker to be really, really hot, and then I just literally, in the video as you'll see that I cooked it so it starts to brown. Then I just literally throw in my minced garlic again. This is like probably about that size of what's it called? It's that size of minced garlic in a jar. I probably used about half. I love the taste. I threw in my spring onion again. Used the green parts of the spring onion for the end part. If you was doing a dish and you were cooking it for some time, you would use the white end part. So I always use for colours and some flavours, I always use the green end of the spring onion. So I literally just threw it in, as well as chopped chilies. I can't, me and spice, I can do it, but not how I used to be able to do it when I was younger. So I'm not someone that's going to be like, yeah, let's throw in some spices. You're not going to see that from me. So yeah, I literally just threw in a few bits for like garnish, but honestly, when I was eating my ribs, I was picking them out. I don't know, some of you who do eat chilies like that, you're strong, your stomach is strong. I can't do that. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and yeah, have a look, enjoy. So as I said, this is from Tesco's. I think I would have liked it to be chopped up smaller, but you know, for next time. And this is some of the seasoning that I used. You can get this from any Asian store or market. And all of the ingredients, so measurements that I use, I try to do my best in describing what I use is in the description. I literally just seasoned this. Because I wanted the full effect of the salt and pepper, I did marinate this, and then I left it for about a day for it to soak in before I began to cook. This was the next day. I literally had to separate this into 2 bits just because I had quite a lot of ribs. I only used 2 packs of ribs from Tesco's, but it was a lot. So you can imagine if it was chopped up really small, you probably really need a good sized pot. So this is the very important part. All of this fat you need to just scoop out. This is what it looks like. And this is what your water should look like after you take out the gunk. It's so important. You don't want none of that in your food. So in this bit, you will see that the ribs are nearly cooked. I say nearly cooked, they're not. They are cooked, but they're not how I want my salt and peppered ribs to be. I just thought it would be a good chance for you to kind of see all the ingredients that I use. I did my ribs with some noodles, but again, I've done noodles before, so I thought there's no point explaining everything again. I used, you know, if you want to go back to my other video, you'll see my beef, was it beef noodles? I'm sure it was beef noodles, but either way, I thought there's no point explaining it again. So this is potato starch. So potato starch is basically like a batter for me. So it's something that will seal the seasoning that I put in extra. now that the ribs are cooked, but also give the ribs that crispy flavour. So I literally cover the ribs in that powder, and that's the whole reason why it's kind of getting a bit more crispy, a bit more brown. Yeah. So this is literally, oh, I love this bit. So as you're cooking, you can just hear everything popping, crackling. You can smell the fragrances, like everything. Yeah, this is my favourite bit, because I just literally just thrown in all the ribs, and I'm literally just flipping, stirring. As I said, it's even better when you have a gas cooker. I don't have a gas cooker, so I don't have that luxury, but I'm just, in my head, I'm just thinking how good it would be just to kind of flip the pan. So yeah, I literally added all my ribs in, added my minced garlic, added my spring onion and chilies, and this bit's the fun bit. It's literally, I think I was doing that for maybe about, I did it until it all was brown, so maybe about 5 minutes. But as I said, because everything was cooked before, you know that you have the reassurance that everything is cooked, and so you just literally just want to cook it to brown it from when you've obviously put the potato starch. As for the potato starch, I did buy this on Amazon only because I wanted a really big bag, but you can get it from your Asian supermarkets. Again, the one that I used to get is like this small, and I use it a lot in like frying salt and pepper prawns. It's nice when you fry it with fish, so I kind of use it a lot, so that's why I got a big bag. But yeah, I got it from Amazon, but you can get it in other supermarkets. I don't even know if you can get it from like Sainsbury's or Tesco's. I have never seen it there, but definitely from my Asian supermarkets you can get it. Smaller bag in some, but yeah, definitely do get this. And I don't know if flour is a substitute, but I know if you don't have that, corn flour can be a substitute, but for me, potato starch is just a little bit cleaner for me. And now for the taste test. So here is the ribs. As you can hear, my little one is saying that it's his, but they're ours to share. And then we have the noodles with cucumber, mushrooms and baby corn and sugar snap. Again, all my details are in my description, and yeah, let me know how you get on. And that's it. So I would say, if you want the full flavors, do this over 2 days. Like, don't season and then cook. Like, if you really want that salt and peppered flavor, just, yeah, season it. You can even season it for 2 days. I'm not that patient, so I literally seasoned it for 1 day, boiled it, and I didn't forget to tell, I forgot to tell you, when you actually boil it, just wait for it to cool down. So for me, I did kind of wait for it to cool down, and I guess I cooked it the 2nd day, if that makes, or is it the 3rd day? It would be the 3rd day actually. So I seasoned it on the 1st day, I cooked it on the 2nd day, I seasoned it on the 3rd day, once it basically was back in the fridge, seasoned it again, and then I cooked it. So yeah, I would say for that full effect, obviously do 3 days, but it, you know, if you know that you don't want to wait that long, and you're kind of a connoisseur with the cooking, and you know, like, you know, the seasoning, how much to add to the seasoning so you can get that full effect of the salt and pepper flavor, then yeah, you do what you feel is right. But yeah, I just want to thank you again for again liking and tuning in to my video. Please remember to subscribe so you can get some more recipes. I've got quite a lot of things in the pipeline that I want to be able to share with you. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
This feeling, there's no drug that can compare. You're so cold, I can see your breath.